Alright, level number 3 for this arrangement of The One That Got Away. Let's add in some kick snare technique, and this actually occurs in the performance video during I go through the chorus and the bridge using this technique here. First, let's examine how I might strum through a chord with the kick snare technique. We're going to play using our thumb and 3 fingers. Thumb on, in this example, on string number 5, fingers on strings 3, 2, and 1. Notice I'm just using my fingers, not pulling. Let's add in the kick. Step number 2, strum up with your index finger. Step number 3, we're going to bring in the snare hit with our thumb and strum downwards. In this example, I'm strumming downwards with my index finger, hitting the strings at the same time. So 1, 2, 3. Number 4, upwards again with the index finger. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, now that example is scattered throughout this performance when there's a measure where there's very little melody. In this case, it's the C chord that occurs after the introduction to our chorus. And then the C chord comes in. I'm strumming through very much a strum style with the kick snare technique. Not being too concerned about how many strings I might hit or whatever. It's just strumming through. And if you're just getting used to this technique, I recommend you go through the entire chord progression just jamming like that. E minor, A minor, and your F bar chord. That should be really good. You should be confident with that before you move to the next step and add melody with the kick snare technique. Now, but let's try to do that now. Essentially what I'm going to be doing is my fingers, again I'm using the C chord as the example, are going to be playing strings 1, 2, and 3. So instead of just using a single finger to play a melody like we would often do, like that, I'm using my 3 fingers all together. Creates a fuller sound. Along with that, my thumb will be playing the bass with the rate on beat number 1. There's my snare, so that was beat 1. When we progress to the E minor chord, the melody is the same technique. Now here you might notice that the bass line is right on beat number 1 and 3. The reason for that is because again I'm kind of using that 4-part sequence where I do thumb, melody, hit, melody again. So I just repeat those 4 elements, and so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. And that places our thumb right on beat number 1 and 3. Always playing with the 3 fingers within this arrangement. It's a very odd technique, I do confess. I find it very interesting, and it really does fill out the arrangements quite well. But with all that said, a traditional thumb style arrangement works very nicely and is very satisfying to play and listen to. So don't get too frustrated with trying to add in the kick snare sound. But if you keep with it in time, it does progress and becomes a functional technique that you can use and make music with. But good luck, and feel free to ask questions, and I'll catch you next time. Thanks.